Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome to the game, according to me. It's your boy AJ Tripp, and this is where we recap the months in sports, and we're doing that for the month of March. And so let's go ahead and let's kind of start off. March is kind of simple month in sports. We ended off basically talking about the Elimination Chamber from WWE, and I guess we'll pick up with Fastlane. Fastlane, they had the matches, and Fastlane was a pretty okay pay per view, I thought, and it was okay enough, and we ended up now where we're at. So going into WrestleMania, uh, which I was it wasn't until a couple of weeks ago. I actually thought it was coming up this Sunday. I thought it was coming up April 1st, but it's actually April 8th, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure if they wanted. If I don't know why WWE did that. I don't know if it's because they wanted that Monday to be for themselves instead of that Monday being, but it ended up being on the Masters. So I just don't know. They need to be more persistent and figure out more ways, better ways to do, figure out when the things are going to happen. Because it's always been the Royal Rumble was on the Sunday before the Super Bowl, and the Sunday after the AFC NFC Championship game, and on the day of the Pro Bowl when they moved the Pro Bowl before the Super Bowl, and a couple of years ago it was on the championship game Sunday, and I wonder what the f are you doing? No, keep yes, don't make any of these don't make these changes. So yeah, I have no idea what they were thinking by putting it on masses. And to be honest, I actually think I wonder if the if the NCAA didn't do something wrong and then had their scene moved back a little bit. I'm not sure, but whatever, for whatever reason, it's a week later than it should be, in my opinion. So I don't know what's going on with that. Um, so yeah, and of course I'll have my um, not only my WrestleMania reaction, but my NXT Takeover reaction all that weekend. So next Saturday, make sure you get the NXT Takeover, uh, and make sure that you get you subscribe to A Trip to 20, and so that you get the NXT Takeover reaction. Excuse me, and that you also get the WrestleMania Rapid reaction. So you'll want all of that as well as a lot of other good stuff coming up very very soon. So make sure you go over to A Trip to 20 and um, you subscribe if you are not already subscribed, or if you are listening to this now, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Yeah, it wasn't a lot of sports. Basketball was in the middle, and the Bulls are still tanking. Unfortunately, that just for me as a Bulls fan, I don't like the tanking, and especially when you don't have the opportunity to get the number one pick. You know, and really, if they get the draft is in Chicago. They're gonna do the draft lottery special in Chicago, and the draft might actually be in Chicago. I'm not sure, one or the other. I can't remember, but no matter where it happens, if the Bulls get the number one pick, it is obviously a fix, because there's no way they should get the number one pick. So, but we will see what goes down with that. Baseball was doing spring training. The season started for kind of weird on a Thursday, which was a couple of days ago. That was weird, and but it's okay. Yeah, really. To be very honest, there wasn't a lot of big things in sports happening this month. It really wasn't. Uh, no big stories really. I guess maybe on the big story is Tiger. He came close to winning a tournament. A couple of weeks ago, and now he's the favorite to win at Augusta. So maybe you want to talk about Tiger. But this month was very interesting. April's going to be a better month as we head into the playoffs. the NBA draft situation, not in the NBA draft, the NFL draft stuff. Of course, WrestleMania. A lot of things are going to be happening. So a lot of stuff to talk about. I guess we could talk about free agency. We'll spend the rest of this time talking about free agency in the NFL because there were some big things going on. Some big names moving. Kirk Cousins going from Washington to Minnesota. A 3-year full guaranteed contract, and I've been wondering that for a long time. That I wonder why they didn't. Why players wouldn't take a short contract, but just say guarantee me all the money. And Kirk Cousins does that, and that might be a part of the future where you'll take a 2-3 year deal, but the full contract is guaranteed, and I'm sure teams would be more than willing to do that. So I think that could be a big deal. So um yeah, I think it's so much stuff that is going on. Um, then Case Keenum, who took the Vikings to the NFC Championship game, is now a Denver Bronco. This is something that is something that might be interesting. Um, we'll see how that goes. They also have a very high draft pick. And we'll see if they draft a quarterback or not. Um, and yeah, and kind of a shock that the Cardinals spent $20 on Sam Bradford, I guess, to be a bridge quarterback, and so that's going to be one of the things that I think is. Excuse me, I apologize for the yawning. I don't know. I have just I don't know with the sleeping and everything like that. I don't know. It's I don't know. Maybe I might drift off of sports here to talk about this because I don't know. It's almost as if you know the place that I live it's not conducive. You know because it's a studio apartment and so I have a lot of stuff that's compact and I guess I'm just not getting enough REM sleep. You know I'm not falling deep enough into sleep so that I get a good night's sleep so that I'm not yawning, and I'm always getting like this fatigue and tired feeling sometimes, and it is frustrating, but I don't know. Anyway, we'll get back. Let's get back to the sports. I don't want to do like this. We got a few minutes left. But yeah, we had some trades going on as well. Some trade. The Rams doing a lot of picking up and trading, which is kind of interesting. The Browns are doing some stuff as well. Browns are starting. Now they have John Dorsey, a guy who's not trying to do things in a different type of way. He's going by trying to do it by the football way of doing things, looking at tape, and then he's not using analytics or any of that other bullshit. So I think that could be a very interesting place is the Cleveland Browns. They picked up Jarvis Landry from Miami and everything like that. And the Rams they traded for um, Marcus Peters and Nakeem Talib. They signed Ndamukong Suh. So they are looking. They are trying to They're trying to do everything they can to win the Super Bowl while they have um, Jason Goff under contract because under this reasonable contract because once it's time for him to get a resign, he's going to get 6-7 year contract at $25 to $30 million a year. That's just how it is for quarterbacks right now, and they're more than likely going to do that. So they're doing all that they can to try to win a Super Bowl right now, so that when it is time for them to go about it, you know, and re-sign them, because look what's happened to the Seahawks, right? The Seahawks won. They went to two Super Bowls, won a Super Bowl with Russell Wilson in that contract that he had, which was, and Russell Wilson's contract was a lot cheaper than the contract Jared Goff had. Jared Goff was the number one overall pick. Russell Wilson was a third round pick. The contract was cheap. So they were able to pay all of their defensive players and build up their defense and go win the Super Bowl and go to another one. And that's what I think the Rams are trying to do. The Rams are trying to build their defense up so that they can get to that Super Bowl, and maybe win one, and even possibly two, something like that before they have to go to Jason Goff. And I think that's and re-sign him and make him things like that. So it's going to be very, very, very interesting what goes on down, um, with them. And it's going to be interesting. This is going to be a very, very interesting season. I do believe it's going to be very, very interesting. See what happened, what changes happen, things like that. If some teams will stay up, if some teams will not, what's going to happen with Philly? Because Philly's having that same thing too. Philly has, Carson Wentz is the number 2 overall pick, still on his rookie deal, and you know, and they're gonna have, all these other things. So it's gonna be a lot of good stuff that's going on down in the NFL, and we'll have to wait and see what goes down in the season. As for my Chicago Bears, they're trying to put people around Mitch Trubisky, and so we'll see if Mitch Trubisky is the guy or not. We will definitely. I think, usually you say you got to give him, like, maybe you give him, you know 3 years, maybe even into the fourth season, depending on how the third year looks. We may find out actually how good he is this year. We may actually find that out because and listen, again, he can still, you know, make do. Like I always say about Drew Brees. Drew Brees didn't become the quarterback. He is now. He didn't go until that that fifth year. That fifth year, that second. Um, no, I don't know his second. No, it was that. It was that first franchise year. Maybe he did have a second franchise year. I don't know. I don't think he did. But yeah, yeah. And then what they'll just do is they'll just you know um, see how good he is this year and something like that. I kind of want the Bears to end up with Saquon Barkley because I just don't like Jordan Howard. I really don't. I'm not a big fan of Jordan Howard. He gets caught from behind. He never makes any type of anything. So and it's just you know, you know, and it's almost like he's Matt Forte but less talented. He's Matt Forte could catch the ball. He can't even catch the ball. So it's kind of just like checks in the around. He's not that good. Let's not fall in love with him. He's not that great of a player. So yeah, if this was if this game according to me seemed kind of off. I'm trying to do so many things at once. I'm trying to do, I'm trying to sit here and edit videos for my YouTube channel, A20, and something like that. So it's not a lot of good, not a lot of good, I guess. But listen, man, I can only promise you this. I can promise I can try to get better at everything. Get better at my podcasting. Get better at my other broadcasting. I can just try to get better. Live streaming, video games, everything. So post your comments down below. Tell me what you guys think. Tell me what you thoughts of this of the month in sports, March 2018. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the podcast, do everything you want. And as always, thank you guys so much for listening. This is your boy AJ Tripp signing off. See you next month for the review in sports, April 2018. As always, be good to each other, y'all. Be careful out there. I am out.